Michigan Magazine is kept on the road by our many Michigan friends. Thunder Bay Resort, a destination for all seasons with special events and packages. Thunder Bay Resort in Hillman. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Something special's cooking, hot and delicious. Indulge yourself at Morning at Maggie's in Bay City. Omelets, frittatas, hotcakes, and more. Make every day special with a stop at Morning at Maggie's for breakfast or lunch on Saginaw in Bay City. On this week's Michigan Magazine, we slip back into the 1860s and the Midwest's largest Civil War reenactment in Jackson, Michigan. With the event well into its third decade, we take a look at the excitement that's made the Cascade Park Jackson, Michigan event one of the largest in the country. Then we announce the third annual Predator Roundup hunting event designed for the whole family in Luzerne, Michigan. It's coming up this month, so stay tuned. We've got the scoop on this week's Michigan Magazine.
Program support provided by Thunder Bay Resort, offering a winter getaway where sleigh bells echo through dense hardwood forests. Guests can experience a search for the majestic and elusive elk viewed from horse-drawn sleighs, then return to a welcomed fire, gourmet dinner, and tales of the day shared over a glass of wine from nearby Stony Acres Winery. USA Today calls the sleigh ride at Thunder Bay Resort one of 10 great places to ride into a Currier and Ives, located in Hillman on Michigan's Sunrise Side.
Your northern experience is never complete without a stop at the historic Ma Dieters of Luzerne. Enjoy the ambiance inside or outside on the huge patio area. Order from the complete menu with entrees served hot, fresh, and good. Come experience Ma Dieters in the heart of God's country, Luzerne, Michigan.
The year 1862. It's the 6th of April. A beautiful sunny morning in the Union camps. The men are eating breakfast or writing letters. The Confederates, at this point, were thought to be 2 days away at Corinth, Mississippi. With this thought in mind, the Union troops were resting a bit at ease at this location known as Pittsburgh Landing, one of the Confederates' accesses to the Tennessee River. Here they would wait for reinforcements from Ohio to march on Corinth and secure it from the Confederates. General Grant was upriver a few miles at this time and apparently thought it unnecessary to entrench the camp or to send cavalry to scout the Corinth road. Meanwhile, Confederate General Sidney Johnston had decided not to wait for Grant's reinforcements and was able to set up his battle lines a mile away from the Union camp, which he suddenly marched upon and overwhelmed. Such was the case of many battles during this nation's Civil War, when cousin fought cousin and neighbor fought neighbor. A country divided, a war that was exclusively America's war. What you're witnessing is not the actual war, but a reenactment of the battles of Pittsburgh Landing and Shiloh. This reenactment was not in Mississippi, but in Jackson, Michigan. This is the largest annual Civil War event in the Midwest. Over 2,000 participants from throughout the United States made their way to Jackson's Cascade Falls Park to relive this romantic period of American history. When you stepped under the grounds, you stepped back to 1862 in body and spirit. Cherie Wells, president of this year's muster, talked with Michigan Magazine about the event's growing interests and participants.
Well, I think this was the one time where we fought each other, and that's a real interest to so many people. And you know, it's about our country, and it didn't take place anywhere else. It took place here. It's a romantic time. It's a tragic time. A sad time. I believe that a lot of the people can trace back to their ancestors also, so that's very interesting to them.
And what brought it here to Jackson, Michigan, right here at the Cascade Park?
Well, it started up in Mason, not too far from here, and the county parks director was up there visiting one day, and they were having a small reenactment there, and he thought, what a great place to have right here at the we have a natural amphitheater for the battle, so it's great for spectators. It's one of, I believe that's probably why it's grown so fast and so much, and it's the largest in the Midwest, is because of the natural amphitheater for the spectators.
And when you say it's the largest in the Midwest, this is the largest reenactment of any kind throughout the Midwest of a Civil War reenactment.
Besides ones that are on the actual battlefields.
Right.
This is often the actual battlefield.
What does a person have to do? Say, like, if I wanted to be active or get involved in this Civil War reenactment, what does Dell have to do to be involved?
You would join a club. The 7th Michigan Volunteer Infantry, they are the ones that host the reenactment part of this. They are a union regiment. So you would join a club such as that, and they meet, you know, like monthly, just like we do. You would have to purchase your uniforms and different things like that.
What are some of the unique things that we'll see here today?
Of course, there's the battle that will be going on at 1:30. But during the battle also we have the nurses that will be out there. I think I mentioned that. But we have the actual campsites, as you can smell the breakfast going on right now, and the campfire and the coffee. And we're going to have a commander's breakfast here in a little bit. They're cooking that right now. There will be, of course, the military ball tonight, which is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I'm told.
The sitting down and talking and having lemonade, you know, with some of the ladies. There's crafts that they're going to be doing. They're going to be doing period jewelry demonstrations, what they would have worn back then. Hair, how they would have done their hair. Some of the little things like that. And watching the kids yesterday playing in the fountain over here was just
neat?
Oh, it was wonderful. Yes.
It really does take it back into a time when things were maybe, well, they were a lot more laid back. Even though it was a strifeful time and the war was going on, it still was a time of, well, family.
And that's just what this event attracts. Entire families come together to learn of America's unique heritage and have fun at the same time. It took the foresight and dedication of this man, Jim Guerrero, the director of the Jackson County Parks, to bring it to Jackson, where it has continuously grown.
I've always had a real interest in the Civil War, and about 9 years ago when I visited my hometown and saw a little Civil War encampment, I thought, well, geez, this would be really nice if we could do it in the Cascades Park in Jackson, and we invited the people to come down, and it's just grown every year.
Well, it certainly has. And how many would you say, or how many registered folks are in here today?
Well, they had 2,300 that registered for the event as of about 9 o'clock last night, so I suspect some more came in today, so maybe we have 2,500 or so. We're real pleased.
I can say that while we were filming the battle, while it unfolded, it certainly was, for this guy, quite an event to witness.
Certainly, if you've never seen a full-scale battle reenactment, it's especially the people that we get really some great opinions from, the people who see it for the first time. People come back every year to see it, but it's those people that see it for the first time that you can
just kind of in awe.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah.
That's what we get a lot of pleasure from.
To get an operation of this size, and I mean this magnitude, how do you finance? How do you raise funds for such an event as this?
Well, as you know, it's a free event to the public. You know, we don't charge people to come here. We don't charge to park your car. It's all free, and because we think the public enjoys this kind of event because it's so educational as well as entertaining. So we get corporate sponsorship. We get sponsorship here in the local community from businesses. We have T-shirts. We sell T-shirts. We have people that concessions and arts and craft people that pay us to exhibit here. And then, but the donations, we have donation barrels with our volunteers around the park, and the people are very generous.
Do you find that people are wanting to get more back, or find out more about their rich history that we have here in Michigan?
I think certainly they do. There's a lot of Civil War history in Michigan, and right here in Jackson. You know, I mean, the birthplace of the Republican Party here in Jackson. The governor of Michigan during the Civil War, Austin Blair, was from Jackson. Jackson was one of two of the main muster points during the Civil War. You either went to Detroit or Jackson. If you were drafted into the Army from anywhere in Michigan, this is where you came. So we have a lot of history here of the Civil War. And I think people want to explore the past and see more of that. They like going back and seeing how it was in the 1860s, because we just don't do the military. As you see, we have the complete civilian, and how people live just as they would have, like you and I. If we
I'm not too sure I could live that kind of lifestyle, but it's interesting to take a step back in time and to witness and to see how things did go on in that period. We are here at the headquarters of the 7th Michigan Infantry, and with me is Don Everett. And Don Everett is the president of the 7th Michigan Infantry. Don, could you tell me a bit about what your jobs and your duties are with the 7th Michigan Infantry?
Well, basically, for the last year, been working on putting this event on. We have to assure that we have enough materials for them: wood, straw, water, medical attention, coordinate their arriving and leaving. And that's a year-long job. This year, straw was a problem. The floods out west in the Mississippi they sent a lot of straw that way. And so straw was at a premium. Water, fortunately, the area is pretty rich in water. That's not a major problem. Coordinating some of the troops here, the cavalry people, most of them yesterday were in Detroit at the State Fair.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so we had to make arrangements for them to arrive after midnight. Jim Guerrero is the fellow that brought us together with the Cascades. And it's been a tremendous relationship. Our two Confederate co-hosts that help us with this, and the Cascades work hand in hand to put this event on, and we really get a lot of support from not only from the parks people, but from the Jackson community. The event has become part of the community. They look forward to this every year. We would like people to remember what it was like at the Civil War. People don't realize where they came from. The Civil War was the turning point of America. It made America what it is today, and a lot of people have forgotten that. The leaders and generals of the Civil War, a lot of people don't even know who they are. And these were tremendously important people, not only during the Civil War, but after. Most of the politicians that came in the latter part of the 19th century had fought in the Civil War, and that had a tremendous effect on the political makeup of this country.
What's really amazing to me is that people give up their jobs for 2 or 3 days during the year and come from all over the country to participate in this reenactment. There must be a whole lot of belief in what they're doing.
Well, that's one thing you find. You talk to most any reenactor, and they have an abiding faith in history. It just oozes from them.
And we are going to witness a battle here today.
It was in April of 1862. It was originally a spring battle. This is the late summer, but we have to take a few liberties sometimes with history.
Michigan Magazine is being brought to you in part by Luzerne Express Campground is the premier campground with everything to make your northern adventure complete. Modern and rustic campsites, equestrian campers welcome, a huge market with bakery and deli, nearby RV, hiking and horse trails, along with a complete canoe, raft, and kayak rental. Visit us online, then call for more information and reserve your spot today. The Michigan-made rebounding mailbox pole. Never again worry about the winter snowplow taking out your mailbox. With this ingenious rebounding pole, your mailbox takes a hit and keeps coming back year after year. Call now or visit their website, toughmailboxes.com. Rose City Drug, just south of the Rose City city limits at 2640 North M33, featuring a state-of-the-art, completely automated and extremely accurate computer-filled prescription process.
Here at Rose City Drug, we're a family-owned and operated for over 20 years. We offer fast and friendly service, and we always take the extra step to make sure your needs are fulfilled.
With Spike of Coopersville, just down the road a bit, and we're talking about something that's coming up very shortly here in the Luzerne area. It's a big event. This is the 3rd annual. It's the Predator Hunt. Tell us, what's this all about, Spike?
The whole purpose behind this Predator Hunt is to eliminate some of the coyotes in the area. It's a fundraiser, but it's a great time. We give away $1,000 for the predator that meets the closest weight that we draw at the banquet. So you could have one animal, if his weight is like 13.5 and the number is 13, he's the winner, whoever's closest. So it don't matter whether you get 1 or 10. For each animal you bring in, you'll get $25. We have a category for the longest, we have a category for the farthest traveled. There's several categories that we have. Everybody usually gets a door prize. We have something for everybody. And we want the young and old. This is a new wrinkle for us this year. We're putting on a kid squirrel hunt. That'll be Saturday only from 8 to 6. The squirrels, each kid that brings one in, the age limit is 13. Each kid that brings a squirrel in gets $5 for up to his limit of 5. And then the mystery weight will be drawn from there, and that can be a $100 prize. Plus second place is $75. So we want you to bring your kids, have a good time, and it just is a good time for everybody.
And it helps the population, the wildlife population.
But our whole purpose is to get rid of some of the predators in the area and have a good time doing it.
So what happens with the predators after the event is through?
Most people take them home and sell the hides for whatever.
Okay.
If not, we'll dispose of them.
Okay. And the entrance fee for this is what?
The entry fee is $40 a person, 3-man teams.
Okay. And when is this going to be happening?
It is February 27th, 28th, and the 1st.
Right around the corner, isn't it?
Right.
Oh, goodness.
The kickoff dinner or kickoff night will be at the American Legion in Luzerne, and the banquet will be at Ma Dieter's in Luzerne. The kickoff will be started at 6 o'clock. When the cannon goes off, the hunt is on. And you have to be back to the Luzerne Hardware at 3 o'clock. No variance. 3 o'clock is the deadline to bring your animals in. We have one judge that will, if anything, time-wise or anything, his decision is final. And this is a very, no questions asked about the judge. This is right. Everybody has agreed. If the judge says something's foul, then it's foul, and that's it. Yeah, this is going to be one of the most unique hunts in the state of Michigan here for the Luzerne area. It must draw quite a crowd. It does. Each year we've got bigger. The more people that come, the more money is going to be involved. So each year we're going to give away more money, make the event bigger. Okay, now we're talking with Brian at Ma Dieter's. Brian, we've got quite the menu coming up for the predator hunt. Tell us what's on the menu.
We will be having barbecued ribs, cheesy potatoes, green beans, lots of dessert. And it's all cooked right here at Dieter's. Everything's from scratch. It's a really good dinner.
All right, so we want everybody to take part in that and become a part of the predator hunt. But things are always cooking here at Ma Dieter's. I see we've got today on a Saturday that we've got a lot of snowmobilers in town. I mean, you guys cater to them as well before the predator hunt, after the predator hunt, during the predator hunt. You guys will still be open during the regular menu, right?
Yep, we'll be open all weekend. Try to do something quick and fast on the weekends for the snowmobilers so they can get in and out and back on the trails. I see that there's a lot of trails that come into here, and they do make a stop here quite often. I mean, there's easy access here. There is easy access. It helps having the gas station next door. It's got one-stop shop, and you can stop, get gas, have lunch, and be back on the trails.
And the trails are getting to be in pretty good condition, and we've got grooming going on all the time, so best thing to do is stop on by, or if you're on the trails, make sure you stop by Ma Dieter's. And you've got all sorts of great things. Like you said, real quick meal to get you in and out and back on the trails, right?
Yes.
A nice warm fire here.
Yeah, and more.
Clemix Sales and Service on Mapes Road, west of Mile, your complete recreational vehicle sales and service connection. Visit their beautiful showroom of new and pre-owned ATVs, lawnmowers, power equipment, snowmobiles, utility vehicles, and more. Clemix Sales and Service is also the home of the American-made Victory motorcycle line on display at Clemix on Mapes Road, Mile. That's today's show. Thanks for joining us. We'll check with you again next week for more Off the Beaten Path adventures. Here's a reminder that free studio tickets for our first Uncle Cliff's Kitchen Cooking Show are going fast for the February 19th filming in Saginaw. Contact us right now at unclecliffskitchen@gmail.com. Meanwhile, the phrase of the week is, come experience pure Michigan. You know what to do. Here's those addresses. Till we meet again, have a great week, and we'll see you on the next edition of Michigan Magazine. We'd like to thank all those that help keep Michigan Magazine on the road. Thunder Bay Resort, a destination for all seasons with special events and packages. Thunder Bay Resort in Hillman. Hale Hardware, your do-it center in Hale, Michigan. Much more than a regular hardware store, providing everything you need for whatever your project is, along with a knowledgeable sales staff to get her done. Serving Northern Michigan since 1946. Hale Hardware, south of M65 at Ainsley in Hale. Rose Valley Winery on Beechwood Road in Rose City. See what thousands are raving about, creating a delicious variety of award-winning Michigan wines. Stop by and taste for yourself. The taste of Michigan is yours at Rose Valley Winery.
Vacation. Don't make the planning of it more than what you're trying to get away from. At northernmichigancabinrentals.com, you can choose from over 2,500 cabins, cottages, lodges, resorts, lakefront vacation home rentals, and more. Whatever experience you're looking for, from rustic to luxury and everything in between. No more rustling with telephone books. No more endless internet searches. Just one site with over 2,500 Northern Michigan destinations. northernmichigancabinrentals.com.
Memra Productions is a Michigan video company that provides its services for weddings, special events, documentaries, and more. Give us a call at 248-417-0030 and check out our website at memraproductions.com.